Hello, and welcome to another art session. I'm going to be doing some work on some more dinosaurs mixed with like fantasy creatures. So I thought I'd finish this guy up and start work on the next one, which is probably going to be a couple ideas. Okay. Do 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 do. Oops. Oh yeah. Got to put on some music. 1 second. Ta-da! Hooray! Okie doke. Yeah. For the scales, the armor on the back, I'm doing this effect where I'm trying to make it look like it's lava, like the just hardened as it was slowly sloping down its back kind of look to it. So that's why it's got like this like ripple effect to it. Okay. Do, do, do. No. That looks better. And this guy's kind of originally it was just going to be like some kind of fire creature, but then the more I drew it, I'm kind of thought it looked kind of like the Balrog from the Lord of the Rings movie. Which I meant to find screenshot of that, but I forgot to die. I'll have to look it up later to see. One thing I wanted to try and do was get the effect of like the heat emanating from within it, kind of just like making like a cool blur effect maybe. But I couldn't remember exactly. I think it was just that, like, if I remember right, it was more that everything around it was dark. So I think I'm just going to like maybe do this. That didn't do as much as I thought it would do. I thought that would be a little bit. It's kind of better. Sort of. Not really. Yeah. Yeah, just trying to get that effect a little bit. But right now I'm just doing some adding some line to this lightly. Jeez, it's really windy out there. Maybe like highlight the part of the neck to kind of show like. Oops. That's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, kind of like this effect of some of this being really bright. I think for this. Yeah. This definitely needs to have some light on it because this is right here, so definitely should be affected by the... Oops. There. I'm gonna add more contrast by darkening some of this too. So, yeah. Plus, it adds a little more texture to the skin. Yeah, that. Oops. I think the difference also is that even though this is like kind of inspired by something like the Balrog or something, it's still just mainly a dinosaur. So it's not just inherently just this evil thing that was deep in the earth. It's just it's a dino. Dinosaur. I don't like clipping things to the edge of a drawing. It kind of doesn't look natural. So I'm going to extend the tail and make him a little fatter in the tail. Give him a little more muscle in his tail. Not fat, he's got, it's just muscle. Oops. Oops. Don't want to lose some of it. Yeah. There. That was the other thing, is it kind of like it's kind of disappearing there, so I want to make sure I connect all these limbs to this body. Don't want to lose any of this. I want it to look like a full creature. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to show that, like, the parts that are closest to its feet are where it's getting the most damage to the ground. Oops. Yeah, I like that. That's what's wrong here. So there's it's more dark. Yeah, this is coming along pretty good. I'm gonna switch to another one in a second. Yeah. Oops, not you. I got a little bit more of him done. I'm just gonna, if we have time, I'll do some work on his character sheet along with another character. Let's see. Huh. I haven't used that one in a while. That would have been more useful for back there. Oh well. Brush soft. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oops. It's been a while since I've drawn this guy. My Carnotaur. Or T-Rex with a Leshy. Pen's being really weird right now, so there we go. It's this one. See, why does it do that sometimes? I don't really know why it's doing that. Because it's like, huh. Okay. Weird. Sometimes it just, and it's done this to me before, where it'll just like choose not to register when I'm doing a line, so I get these abrupt breaks in the line. Which does not look good, especially when you're using a brush tip that's like such a weird shape. It kind of really throws everything off. Like, I'd rather do this, where I could see what I'm going to try and just use this for this. Because see, for this it's just a tiny little dot, but at least I know that's where I'm going to be drawing. Except when it doesn't do it for this either. Jeez, come on. Yeah! I mean, I'm not pushing too hard, but I shouldn't have to push hard at all. So. See if I can find a better pen. Maybe it's that part of the problem. It's a wild pencil. Try this. You're just picking on me because I'm on a new drawing, aren't you? 'Cause it was working fine on the other one. I had no issues when I was drawing that last one. Or maybe I just didn't notice it because there's so much color, but... Now we're going into the crazy. Yeah, this guy's part Leshy, which is this forest, like a wrathful forest spirit. Like, they're usually human-like, but I mean, hundreds of millions of years ago, they wouldn't have had a human to base themselves off of. Anyway, so. Here we can fix that by just changing the perspective here a little bit. Do 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 do. And theropods don't have their tails for balancing, so it won't. Its tail's not going to wag. Its tail won't go like this because it needs its tail to stabilize its body. I know it's a part fantasy creature, but it still follows some rules. See if I can fix this perspective a little bit. See, I don't know. I know the T-Rex was half D. I don't know. I can always just say it's a T. It's got some T-Rex in it too. I don't know. Or worst case, I can just say it's T-Rex instead of Carnotaur. I just thought Taurus was kind of cool because they already have this. They already have spikes here, so I just changed them to. I just extended that area out. Did I just do all that and I don't even like it? Well, we'll see. It might still be savable. Woo. Plus, I shouldn't be too worried yet. I mean, this is just the rough sketch layer. I don't know why I'm acting like this matters as much as pretending it does, because it doesn't matter at all. I've done much rougher things in the past on sketch layers. Like, I keep forgetting I can move it like this. Shrink it down a little bit more. Give it a little more. Give it a better setting. Better, like, better placement. So. Oops. I think the other thing is to maybe wait, I got an idea. 1 second, just gotta look something up. Just looking up some drawings of not drawings. Just looking up some reference of deer, because I need to fix the ear. I mean, not the ear, the, that's the, antlers. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, that's not right. Those are good for my my being for my avatar, but if I'm going to be doing something based off of a actual creature, then let's make it look like that creature actually, instead of just. Yeah, let's make it look more like an actual deer. So. Antlers. Of course, now that I put them, I go through all that trouble to move it, and now I have to move it back down probably because I made it too high. Oops. Yeah. That's kind of... Nah, that part's not good. I don't like that. Let's see if we can fix this. I think kind of like a regular deer, they should also not be fused to the. They shouldn't be fused to the head. They should be something they can like shed, like a regular deer. I mean, they do get kind of crazy on some of these. Like, some of them get really big. So this is pretty good, I think. For now, anyway. add to it if I want to, but for now this is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe even like, no. I thought about adding, because sometimes they do kind of like split. I guess you could always just do something kind of like behind this, that kind of. But again, like I don't want to spend too much time working on that, just that. So. I'm gonna redo this whole part here. I don't. Oop, what the? Okay. My eraser turned into a pen for a second there. I was like, what's going on? Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm kind of just extending out its the ends of like the ridges on top of its eyes to make those into more impressive. Parts of the points to the antlers. Two. I think the other issue is I am gonna do this. There. Cheating is fun sometimes. Because if I only like that part of the head, then I might as well just might as well just make that so it's the only part that. Oh, that's. Narrow its mouth a little bit more. Although I don't want it to look like a. It isn't actually a deer, so I don't want it to look like one. Kind of like the head tilt, actually. Kind of look to it. do the angle right, then you can see more of the tail. Not looking scary like I wanted to. Maybe just darker, yeah, darken where the eyes are a little bit more. Because it's looking like a duck. Maybe. Okay, well, we got a reference now. Because I don't know how to fix that anymore. So, other than going back over it completely. So that's what we're doing. It's what we're doing now. No. Whoa, well, that'd be cool for a texture, but that's definitely not what I want right now. I bet tilting the pen's what's also kind of affecting like how I'm drawing a line. So I gotta just be more careful. Second. Just looking at my reference. Okay. One thing. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Oh. Where's my favorite? Oh, there it is. The friend in tapered? Usually this was one of my, well, this isn't the one I like. Yeah, this is the one I like. Usually. Let's turn the head a little bit more. I think how... I think because these are supposed to be kind of more like I don't mind a little action being portrayed, but I want it to kind of feel like something that the creature would do. Sheesh, what are you doing? Hang on. I think some of these. This is some images of June. I'm going to be doing I was going to do some more work on those after this drawing. If this pen would behave, I could get this done faster. There we go. This one's better. And watch, now that I say that, it's going to be like, oh yeah, watch me be a butt. I'm going to be a little butt. Like, never fails. See, this is kind of more like what they are. They're kind of more like just these ridges above the eyes. So I'm kind of drawing this out first, and then I'm going to draw on top of it the Leshy, which is still such a strange name, but names like Draugr and Banshee, which I guess has a she at the end of it, but Leshy doesn't sound like a super scary, super strong forest spirit that's just incredibly just violent and angry all the time. So that's better. The nose already looks better than before. I was just worried the snout wasn't really coming across right. Maybe it was also just like how the back legs were positioned last time was kind of weird. Because and its hands were a little too big. So it's all about that. Let's see if I can get the... No, it's going like this. Because that's just the trick, is just with the arms, is just get the get where the muscles are correct, because these are, despite having tiny arms, they are strong arms. Probably stronger than ours. Actually, most likely, because it was probably for like holding, like maybe latching on to what it's eating, or I don't know. There's so many different beliefs on like what, at least with T-Rex, what their claws could do. I think I said this on another one where like some people say that the fully adult T-Rexes, so probably same with Carnotaurs, although Carnotaur is smaller than a T-Rex, so they probably were a lot faster, because like juvenile T-Rexes moved pretty quick. It's just that obviously when you go from like your young years as you are more vulnerable to bigger creatures, but you need that agility. But when you become like just a walking tank of like of like muscle. You don't really need to worry. Even if you're not, like, some people are like, oh, the T-Rex isn't that big, and I'm like, it had one of the strongest bite forces of the Jurassic, so I don't think it really cared that it was the biggest. It was certainly one of the strongest when it came to like attacking. So I wouldn't say that to its face. You don't, you get a box worth in your bite, and then all of a sudden it's like, look, I'm bit in half. Oh no. Not sure why a New Yorker was sent back in time. It's just tricky drawing all these crazy. Oh, right. They were up here. That's why. I'll clean this up later. It's not the most important part of this. Didn't count that feather look, but I'm gonna have quills going through its body, like a rose, it's kind of like a briarwood kind of, yeah, or like a. I was gonna have my like Lost World kind of scene where she's bringing the baby to the to the mother, and this is June. She's just like, I helped your kid. We cool. Difference is she's gonna have to probably outrun this thing. So. It's got like these I kind of, I'm gonna put that on a different layer because I kind of like the idea of like these like vines. Maybe you know what it could be? It could be like a, yeah, something underneath its neck, kind of. Maybe the. don't know if it should be. It doesn't have. There's no saying what kind of noises they made, so I don't know how. Why they did have to open their mouth to make noises. What is she? Did I put her a different layer? I guess I did. Oh, right, because I was doing the hair thing. Or the feather thing, I forgot. So, you know, I'm not going to even put her in this, actually. I changed my mind. Or at least not. How should I do this? Well, I'll figure it out in a second. Let's just try and get this done. I'd like to think of... It would be fun to put Grace in this picture. That's what I meant to say. Her storyline does have to do with a baby dinosaur that's like a juvenile version of one of these. That's she's trying to save. If you're a fan of, if you like dinosaurs, I definitely recommend the show Primal. It's on HBO Max. I still gotta finish the third season. I never did go back and watch that because I think once they started adding in people that talked, I kind of stopped. Ironically, I kind of lost interest when there was actual like dialogue, because one thing I really liked about it early on was the fact that there was no dialogue. Like it's just like a grunting like early human character, with like a Conan the Barbarian kind of build, who teams up with some kind. There is no rules on what dinosaurs are in the show, so I'm not even sure it might be modeled a little bit off of an Allosaurus, I think. But both of them have experienced loss. Like the caveman, his family was taken by these giant theropods. Like they're like ridiculously huge, like bigger than Gigantosaurus, kind of big. Like they're twice as big as a Gigantosaurus, and that's crazy because I'm not like they're half the. They were like almost like 2/3 the size of a titanosaur when it came to like height, and that's insane for a carnivore to be that big. Would have to eat so much. But it was fun. It's still a fun show. So you kind of have the disbelief, while you're watching it. So, and that's how I can tell a good story. Even if it's goofy, it's like, if I'm having fun, I don't care. Which is what I've been missing from some movies lately. It's just like that old saying of like, turn your brain off. I kind of miss that feeling with movies because everyone's making these ones now where it's like, I just wish I missed the old storytelling. You know what? I'm gonna do this because we're moving on to the color. That's good. That's better. Whoops. Low. Oops. I wonder if this is better. Yep, this is better. That's for what I'm doing here. What'd be really cool, actually, now that I think about it, is if one of these bigger streaming services gave James Gurney and John, maybe, well, he's more fantasy. I was gonna say John Howe, but he's more like he did the stuff for Lord of the Rings. But it gave James Gurney some backing to like recreate Dinotopia, but on a bigger scale with more money. That'd be pretty cool. Really like that. I never watched that the original run of that, but I heard it was good. I do have several of his art books though, so I've seen all the artwork. I've seen some artwork from his illustrated books. And wow. I wonder what colors I should do the time to look up some voids. Oh wait, I know. I'm gonna use my new I found this new thing. Oh wait, this is I found this new thing called that everyone knows about it because it's called Flickr, and it's very old. Oh wow, this is so much better. How have I not used this before? This is because I can make like I just took a picture. I mean, I just typed it in, and now it's just like this nice. I mean, I like Pinterest, but for browsing, this is better. Because these are just like, all look like just photographs. And there's very little advertising in the way. It's on the side instead, so that's nice. So I get, because I'm just kind of looking for birds for color schemes. Like, what should we do? Maybe... What if I did like... kind of like the dark here around the eyes. Oops. Like almost like the domino mask kind of look to it, which some birds have. That look kind of cool. And then maybe I should go with, I think, you know what I'm going to do? I think instead of green, since it's I think actually like orange and brown would be cooler. So that's what I'm going to do. For the eyes, that looks good. For the rest, Unless maybe like I do like a duck thing where like I keep the bottom side. Yeah, why don't we do that? I'm gonna do the upside is gonna be like a vivid brown to a orange that goes down into a green. And it's got like feathers. Prehistoric Donald is scary. I like that. This is gonna be cool when it's done. Yeah, see, like. Yeah. Nah, it's too high. keep it lower. Nah, I'm gonna keep it more brown on the head. It looks better for brown to be up here. Because the horns are gonna. I mean the the antlers are gonna be closer to that color too. So. Yeah, that'll be cool. I'll darken it too. This is just like a medium kind of range. And then, maybe even like, do like a thing like that. And then give it, well, or because you know, like how like some something looks off. Maybe just this part, yeah. Maybe this part's just a shot in the dark. I'm just trying something out here. If this part doesn't work out, I'm not sad at all because this part's just me goofing around. I was thinking kind of like how how birds have just their beak is a different color than. It doesn't work though. At least not that dark. It's far. I mean, that's far more. If anything, I should make the eye things more darker. What I should do actually instead is do this. Maybe kind of to show off that it's like this to just push more of that oops. Yeah. Just to push more of that shape of the deer skull on underneath. So, yeah, that's coming along pretty good. Just gonna quickly. Uh, the thorns poking out of it, like the for its briar patch kind of look too. Because originally I was gonna have like maybe I can do those on top, but I was gonna make like an actual like look like an entire like briar bush or whatever briar patch thing or just like just give it like a foresty like but with like thorns everywhere kind of look and almost but the thing is I don't know if it really needs it. It's kind of or I mean, it's already attached to such a powerful creature that I don't know. Because originally I did something like here, so I'll make it a separate layer. I was gonna have like just like these like tendrils coming off of it. And maybe it still can, but I mean, this looks okay. This is kind of okay. As long as it's not too overwhelming, maybe it's alright, because definitely adds to more of the, like, it's a very strange creature kind of look to it. I was also tempted to kind of change its claws a little because of the fact that it's part leshy. I kind of make them a little longer. Like it gained more mobility in its arms because of the fact that it's part plant now. Just a thought. So. Yeah, I'm kind of going for like this autumn theme with this creature, since it's based around this creature of like I don't know if it's their death or if they're just like they're more like wrath, but I'm kind of putting that with like a more somber version of it, where it's actually more like just the way of nature with being decay and So that would be a better choice. And I'm going to play some more with the color scheme. But I kind of like this idea. I just gotta... But here, I'll go back to this to show you what I'm working on. Well, here, I did some more faces for like June and Grace. And I got a better pose for this guy. He's just got his bird's just a thief. It's just a much clearer picture of how he's trained this bird to be just his little thief. Color it in just for fun. Just a quick scribble color in. But yeah, here's what I've been working on, and I'll probably do a little bit more tonight. Is some drawings of June. Just playing with the guitar. Yeah, because when I draw hands, I like to I create this whole part here as one thing with and then I kind of clean it up as I'm going. These are just roughs anyway, but the point is just to kind of like try and make it as much even in these like gestural drawings, get across as much as I can, so that when I go back and do the sharper versions, I can keep the life and the excitement of the lines in this with that, and but just make it look more accurate. And I've been trying to think of. I think I said this in my last stream. Maybe I didn't. I'm trying to think of a way to make it so in the story June can carry this big thing around. I was thinking maybe she can disguise it as a walking stick, and then it like she just says a word or something, and then it turns into a guitar. Is one thing. So that there's actually like a if she can't talk or something, it's. But even then, like all she has to say, she only has to whisper it. But if like if something covers her mouth or something, then she can't summon her guitar. So there's kind of a even though she's pretty skilled with this thing, she still has like some limitations. Plus, she's fun to draw. If I haven't said that in the past. I always say that Richard's fun to draw, but she's fun to draw too. Like if I didn't like drawing them both, I wouldn't even think of making a comic about the two of them. That's a big thing about writing a comic is, or it's even signing on to a comic, I'd say, is if you don't like drawing the characters, don't do it. Because, you're going to be drawing them a lot. Hoi! So much. I don't even know what's. Oh, because her guitar's in the way. I'm like, I don't even know what her body's doing. And I'm like, oh, because that's not her body, that's a guitar. See, that's like the, there. Let's see how we're doing on time. I'd say this is a good point. I mean, I know that I technically I maybe could go a little longer, but I want to just get some stuff done off stream before the night's up. So thanks again for everyone who dropped by. This has been really fun. I spent more time on the dinosaurs than I thought, which is good because I was worried I wouldn't spend nearly as much time on this one as I did. Like, that looks way better than I even thought it would. I still kind of want to do like just June down here, kind of. Not June, I mean, well, not that. But like her in like a, maybe she's even just like up on a ridge or something, or on top of a log, looking at this thing. She's kind of got like a I'm ready to dash kind of look on her body, in her body language. Like, she wears this parka, or like a poncho, so I'm gonna have maybe like that floating here. So she's kind of just like excited that she gets to meet this magnificent giant creature, but at the same time she's just like, well, maybe I'm too close to it. maybe I should have listened to my friends when they told me not to get too close to these giant creatures. So I still kind of want to do the little baby dinosaur like in her arms. Yeah, it's like because I was thinking about making it part of the story to be that some of these creatures, like these prehistoric beasts, like were spirited away, and during the previous like invasion, some of them got back into our world, but they due to their mutations of mixing with these fairy type creatures, they can live in our world modern day, even though they shouldn't be able to. Like they got some of the magic from these magical creatures, and it bends the rules of like how they can, I mean, of their biology, so they can actually live on Earth again, which is a better explanation than Jurassic Park gives. So oh, he threw shade at Jurassic Park. Oh no. Oh, well, I'm actually throwing shade at Jurassic World. Nah, I'm kidding. Those are all fun. I know. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the stripes. I like the maybe I can even like add a outline around them like this. That's small feathers coming off here. Maybe not there. Maybe there's more like feathers are coming off here. So that down here is actually a different, yeah, like that. But I can fix that one with different colors too. Like I could even add in like maybe like make this whole part here like have a Yeah, something like that. And it's. But I'm excited to keep working on this one. I was worried that since this is actually a creature from the comic that's actually a part of the story, I was worried I would be like too precious with it, or I would be like I would just get stuck because I want it to be something I can draw on multiple panels. But I think this is simple enough but exciting enough that I can. I'm glad I didn't give up on the. I think the tendrils actually do look kind of cool, as long as I keep it to only a few coming off of it, because they're like vines they can control, or like they move a little bit, kind of like larger feathers maybe even. So, yeah, I'll think about it more. I'm not to that part in the comic quite yet, so. And and my other guy, oops, it's coming. I think it's almost done. Honestly, this one, like it's come a long ways. I'm gonna make the background even darker because I think that'll really help push it forward more. That's something I learned from like some Viz Dev guys and watching certain like commentaries on certain shows. So yeah, I'll darken the background, make it look more cloudy, because that's what I'm trying to do, is make like ash in the background to make it look like it's like very volcanic kind of area. So this guy's just like a. I don't think this guy would be scared of of our theropod at all. This guy would this guy might have to run for the hills if you run into that one, because this dude is just a tank of that melts through everything. It would definitely be an interesting fight between the two of them. So if they either of them really wanted to meet each other, which I doubt they would. But yeah, these are both really exciting creatures, and I'm excited to finish them up. Because this whole, I think like, if I get these done, and I want to get one more done after this, maybe at least, because I want to do like a Stegosaurus based one. Is kind of where I want to go next, I think. I'm going to look through some dinosaur books. If I can't find anything, 3's good, but 4 would be better. So, I mean, technically I could just make the 4th one the baby theropod. Just like do a full drawing of him again with her, because I did that. Because the baby one, here, I'll show you what it looks like. I actually have a picture of it from a long time. Like, the first time I drew Gale, right here. That's what it looks like, kind of. I'm not sure about the color scheme in that. I might change the color scheme, but like that's what it looks like. And that's Gale. So she's based off of I keep forgetting the actress's name or the but she's based off that one botany scientist that was in the first Jurassic Park, the blonde woman who like goes on and has her own like adventure throughout the story, where she has to like evade raptors and stuff. And I just really liked her the energy of that actor brought to that, and like how she was really in her element. And I want to make a character kind of like that, where she's just really smart but also kind of gets pulled into things and kind of loses herself a little bit in them. So that's pretty much Gale, where she's just like a kid in the candy store when she's in this environment where like fairy folk like are mixing, like some of their worlds mixing with ours, and she's studying it like really excited. So yeah, and Richard likes her to go do it because he can see how much she loves it. So he's like perfectly happy being at home, and because I mean, most of his business, most of his like the stuff he loves to do is around town fixing things. So he could just be happy there. So yeah, and here's some really good. These are some quick sketches of June, and I'll have some more. All these colored in by Friday, or maybe I can do some more of those on Friday. Like do an entire thing of Gale in the baby dinosaur for Friday. So that's what I'll do. I'll see you all. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you all on Friday. So